Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-June 2022 reading for the zodiac sign of Libra. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you going into the remainder of June. Also, if you have not done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified of when I post videos in the future. But that being said, let's go and jumping it started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. Column number 2 is going to be a general look at the remainder of June. We're going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or our spirit guide. We're also going to do 3 yes or no questions, a crystal of the month, and a healing note for you. Let's take a look here. So pulling a summary card for what's wrapping up and coming to a close for you, we have the card fragments. When I see the fragments card, typically this means that you're kind of getting bits and pieces of chunks of information. You're not really getting the full picture. There's fragments of information going on, so things are a little bit choppy, Libra. But let's see what messages we have here. The first card we have is the Strength card. The Strength card is a really good card of self-love, unconditional love, self-respect, and then the lion on the card definitely being courage. Even though you may not have all the information, so aside from the fragments piece, it does seem like you've been taking good care of yourself this month, Libra, which is good to see. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card of speed, action, quick change, news coming in. Something changed quickly these last few weeks. We're going to clarify this card, see if I can pin down that message a little bit further for you. Then at the bottom we have the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is a very patient card, but it does indicate new job, raise, or some sort of money news. So although you've been waiting some time for it, it does seem like there's been some new money these last few weeks for you, Libra. But let's see what clarifying messages I have here for you. The first card that we have is Temperance. Temperance is a really good card for balance, harmony. It's also a card of self-control. So continuing on those self cards, remember Strength, we said this was self-love, self-respect. This is self-control also. So this is a lot of you doing for you, and because of it, there's a lot more balance and harmony. So really, really nice work there, Libra. The next card we have is the Hermit card. The Hermit card is about going within for clarity. If you take a look at this light inside the lantern here, this is the light that's within you. So this is about making sure you're aligned with your own personal truth, that you're on your own personal quest here. But this news is like going to impact you to your core, or probably has impacted you to your core. This just like changes something. There's some sort of shift because of this news, and you really had to think about, does this align with who you are, what you want, what path you're on? Then at the bottom we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a very nostalgic card. It can be a card of reflection, but it is also a card of gifts. And I do feel like this is very connected to money, I guess, is what I'm getting at, Libra, here. There could be like a sign-on bonus that's coming with the new job, or some sort of guaranteed bonus that you didn't have before. But the gift that we see with the Six of Cups card does seem to be connected to money specifically, and that Page of Pentacles, of course, being job, raise, or money news. Now taking a look at our next column, we're going to take a look just in general what's going to happen through the end of June. The first card we have is Dependability. Dependability is an interesting card. I feel like this is continuing on the you doing for you path here, because I feel like this is like you being able to count on yourself. Of course, we're going to do a whole row of cards and clarify, but this isn't you being dependent on anybody else. This is like you doing you, Libra, which I like. I like this energy for you. But let's see what messages we have here. The first card we have is the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is a very confident person, and conveniently this is a card of self-assurance. So now we've had self-love, self-respect, self-control, and we're going to top it off with self-assurance. This is literally you doing you. I love it so much. But again, that pairs really nicely with that dependability card. Again, this is about you taking care of you. This is you depending on you. So with the Queen of Wands, be confident, but also be self-assured as you go through this next month. The next card that we have is the Empress. The Empress is a great card anywhere we have it in the reading. This is a card of creation, abundance. It's a really good pregnancy or fertility card. So if you're hoping to grow your family, this is a great card. This could be also babies around you, grandbabies, but very much so a card of creation and abundance. So with you doing you, you will be creating and having more abundance. Love to see that tie in. The next card that we have is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card of teamwork, commerce, expansion. This could also be a card of travel. Some of you could be traveling going into the end of this month or possibly early next month. But with this, I'm really feeling that expansion is the big thing here. This creation and this expansion are pairing nicely together. Let's clarify. I guess you can have those two together. Let's clarify these messages though. We had two clarifying cards come in together. The first one being the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is a card of feeling unfulfilled. It's a card possibly of apathy. But this feels to be shifting for you. Like, I feel like you weren't feeling good, and almost out of nowhere, Libra, it's like you started doing for you and now you are feeling good. You're doing all these self things that's really correcting these feelings that maybe you were feeling before. The other card that we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. For those of you that watched my videos before, you know I love the Wheel of Fortune card. It's one of my favorite cards in the entire deck. It's a card of good fortune. It's a card of good luck. It is also a turning point with the wheel there. So this is a really nice turning point, again, away from moving of those feelings of apathy or lack of fulfillment and moving into this state where you're even more confident and self-assured. Really neat reading so far. The next card that we have is the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically a card of not very good relationships. This is bully, theft, violent, abusive, some sort of toxic relationship. And it's paired on top of the Empress card, which is again that card of creation, that card of abundance. At some point in time, Libra, there was somebody that was holding you back. There was some sort of relationship that wasn't serving you well. This could have been a love interest, this could have been a family member, this could have been a friend, even could have been a boss or a coworker. But I'm just seeing that there was somebody that was hindering you previously, but that doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. Then at the bottom we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is very self-sufficient, so throw another self word in there for you, and also very honest. So on top of that Three of Wands, which is again that teamwork card, this is about having clear and honest communication with anybody that you're working with. But this is again self-assurance. So this is all about you doing for you. It doesn't really matter what anybody else is doing. You don't need support from anybody else. That dependability, it's you depending on you at this point, Libra, which is really, really cool to see. Now moving into our next column, we're going to talk about anything related to money. So think job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, anything that you associate with money. The first card that we have is the Magician. The Magician is a very creative card. It's about turning your visions into reality. It's very inspired action. The Magician is like saying whatever you want, you can have. Love to see the Magician anywhere in our readings. So be very focused on what you want, Libra, because the Magician's saying if you want this new job, you can have it. If you want to love your job, then we can make that happen. If you want more money, we can make that happen. The next card that we have is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is a tired card. It's a card of needing to rest, retreat, renew, recover. Some of you are kind of burnt out, it feels like, for work. If you don't have a vacation or something planned, I would definitely take a few days off. You kind of need a brain break is the message that I'm getting. So just keep that in mind, maybe going into the end of June or even in July. If you can take some time off, I think it would be really beneficial for you, Libra. The next card that we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a very gossipy card. It's a curious card. It's a card of spying eyes. It's a card of truth. It's almost like people being in your business. I see it's like that water cooler talk, like gossipy drama, and typically it's related to work. When I see the Page of Swords, I just tell people to like stay away from the water cooler, stay away from the gossip, stay away from the drama. You may even have like somebody that's trying to mind your business for you at work. So my advice there whenever I see that card is to avoid when possible. The next card that we have, or our first clarifying card, excuse me, is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of leaving a legacy. It's a card of retirement, inheritance, large sums of money. Pairs so nicely with the Magician card. Again, the Magician saying you can have whatever you want. So if you're looking for a large sum of money, if you're looking to leave a legacy, which I think in plain normal words that means like long-term success, these are all things that you have the ability to create, and you're doing a good job of creating for yourself already, Libra. If you want to retire early, this is also saying you could retire early. Again, that creation tying really nicely. The next card we have is the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of celebration, family, friends, reunions. Possibly you can use, this sounds so weird, but I'm going to throw it out there. We were talking about this Four of Swords, that you need to like take a vacation. If somebody's like graduating or getting engaged or having a baby, use this as an excuse to go and celebrate and be with your family and your friends and have that, again, that brain break from work. So look for a celebration opportunity that you can almost use as an excuse to get away. The next card that we have is the Star card. The Star card is a card of renewal, hope, inner clarity. I like to see the renewal piece because we did have the Four of Swords, so hopefully some energy will renew and correct itself going into the end of June for you, Libra. But with the Star card, this is a card of being in the spotlight, and I do think that that's related to this kind of drama card that we were talking about with the Page of Swords. Like people trying to mind your business or watching really closely what you're doing. I don't know that like everybody wants to see you succeed, and I hate that, but that's just the world we live in, unfortunately. So again, kind of stay away from the gossip, stay away from the drama. People are almost like jealous that you're doing well right now, Libra, so just keep to yourself when you can. The next card, or excuse me, next column we're going to take a look at is anything related to love. So think family, friends, relationships, children. Again, anything you associate with love. The first card we have is the Hermit card. We had the Hermit card earlier. Again, that light in that lantern is the light within you. This is about going within for clarity. It's living your own personal quest, living your own personal truth. Some of you may be in a relationship that just isn't serving you. Some of you could be single and deciding that you want to stay single. Some of you could be making the decision if you want to have children or not. But this is like really checking in, Libra, and making sure this is what you want and you're acting on what you want. The next card we have is the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of our desire for long-term security. So it makes sense that these two cards are together, because this is like you need to take a step back and say, okay, what do I want long-term? Do I want another kid? Do I want to get married? Do I want to be independent? And be really clear on what you want. But this is, again, just talking about your desires, and the Hermit is saying, okay, well, check in and make sure that you are living into your desires, that you're setting yourself up to feel good about what you're doing. At the bottom here, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of loss, regret, grief. Again, you do need to like check in and make sure that what you're doing feels good to you. For some of you, I'm not sure that you're completely aligned with your inner feelings, and those could be some of those low feelings that we're feeling with the Five of Cups. So do that gut check, do that heart check, make sure you're feeling good. The next card we have, or excuse me, our first clarifying card we have is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is, again, that very curious, gossipy, spying, truth type card. However, in this case, truth is really the word that's coming through here. And this is again about living your own personal truth, being on your own personal quest, that spiritual illumination. So make sure you're living your truth here. The next card that we have, Libra, is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is new project, new inspiration, new urge to create. And again, we're talking about going within, figuring out what you want. But when we're clear about what we want, then we have the ability to create. And I feel like a broken record because I say this in all of my videos. When you know what you want, then you can create what you want. So the nice thing about this is once we get aligned, once we get really refocused on what we want with the future, the Ace of Wands is saying, yeah, you can create whatever you want. Here you go. Here's this new opportunity. So if it's relationship, it's children, if it's marriage, you'll have that ability to create those long-term desires that you're feeling. At the bottom here, we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a great card to have in the love column. This is very like Prince or Princess Charming type energy. It's very romantic. It's very proposal-like. For those of you hoping to enter into a relationship, this is a great card for you. Those of you hoping to get engaged or married, this is a great card for you. Sometimes this even comes through as a really good friendship though. So overall, good love reading. Just make sure you are clear on what you want there, Libra. But let's move into our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. We have the card Revision. This is very much so that like check and adjust energy. And I'm not saying this is specific to love, but this is like, is this what I want? No? Okay, well, let me revise my plan. So we've had a couple cards. We've had the Hermit twice saying, go within for clarity, make sure you're living what you want. So do keep that in mind, that we could be revising our plan, that check and adjust energy is good. The first card that we have here is the Ace of Cups. Anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. The Ace of Cups is new baby, relationship, proposal, or marriage. So this is a great time again if you're hoping for baby, grandbabies, babies in the family. If you want that new relationship, if you want proposal, marriage, definitely there for you, but very much so newness associated with that card. The next card that we have is the Ten of Cups. Those of you that have watched my readings before, you know that the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire deck. We have a nice full rainbow here, a happy couple, kids playing, the grass is green, there's running water, there's a house in the background. It is the card of everything. It's family, contentment, total love and support. So as you revise, you're moving towards this Ten of Cups, which we love. It's the card of everything. It's everything happy you can imagine. And then at the bottom we have the Ace of Swords. Again, anytime we have an Ace card, it is a card of newness. So this is new ideas, new mental clarity. This is really about figuring out what you want and then revising to make sure you're on that path to get to this point of total happiness, contentment. Let's see what messages though we have clarifying here. We have the Queen of Cups to start with. The Queen of Cups is a very healing, nurturing, supportive card. And I feel like a broken record this time too, but this is about you doing for you. So this is you healing you. This is you supporting you. You are this trophy. This isn't even a cup on this card. It's a trophy. So again, once you figure out what you want, you have all these new possibilities, new paths open for you. The next card we have is the World card. The World card is about completing a goal, completing a lesson. It's like the world has gone full circle. The nice thing is we're talking about all these new beginnings, and in order to get to a new beginning, there has to be an end. So this is like the end point where now you get to step into all these new opportunities. You get to step into this Ten of Cups, which is the card of everything. And then at the bottom here we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of waiting for results. So you have been waiting, I feel like, some time for this adjustment, for this revision. But very clearly now is the time for you. Okay, Libra, so I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch Fortune Telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But for question number 1, we have the 9 of Spades. This is number 41 card. That's going to be yes. Question number 2 is the Ace of Clubs. This is number 31 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the 4 of spades. This is number 49 card. That's going to be a no. So we have yes, no, no for you, Libra. We also are going to pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. Well, actually we did earlier in June, but this is a crystal for you to carry throughout the month of June. Your crystal this month is diamond, which is good for spiritual freedom, light. It's time to think big, and it really gives you that far-sightedness. Last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck. Your message says, when I is replaced with we, illness becomes wellness. Thank you so much, Libra, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have, please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me really greatly, and you'll be notified when I post future videos. If you feel inclined to include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your June, Libra.